Hola amigos and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy III. This is your host, Teds Faraga. Last time, when we left off, we were at the overworld. We can't set sail on our ship though, because it's been chained. And a random encounter right at the beginning of the video too. These are Hellcams, also known as Hellgaroos in the DS version of the game. They're easy. Usually. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Now that we've got our melee attackers dealing a few more hits each turn and stuff, and dealing a bit more damage each turn, most of the enemies in this place shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Save for an enemy that we might randomly encounter called Vulcan. Vulcans are not fun. Well, if we do encounter Vulcans, anyway. And I'm not talking about Mr. Spock. I am talking about giant fire-breathing lizards. And, oh, blind status. Hello there, blind status. I didn't actually think I'd be seeing you this time of the game. I don't know, for some odd reason, I don't have a good sense of time for this game. Like, I really can't decide whether we're early in the game or late in the game. Because in all honesty, this area feels like middle of the game to me. And I remember it as such. However, I mean, we're only like level 19 or 20 or something, right? And... oh, we revivificated ourselves twice. And that doesn't do a damn thing for blind status, so, let's see, where is... there we go, wash. Okay. But yeah, we're like only level 18, and, I mean, for some odd reason, this area just feels like middle of the game to me. And I think we're kind of in the middle of the game, really. But then again, we've got so many other enemies to kill as well. Then again, the level system might also be a little bit different in Final Fantasy III on the DS, because I remember being around like level 9 when fighting the Jinn. Still having a bit of trouble. Viking Hero Shield... oh, we can get a black belt and a chakra. Let's do that. Because I think Mikey needs a bit more defense. And somebody outside is doing something that... I don't know. Sounds I just tried to equip the black belt onto our... Strength 5 up, Vitality 5 up. Ooh. That increases... and Agility 5 up as well. Wow. Let's see Mikey's stats, actually. Yeah, those are pretty good. Low intellect and spirit, but then again, why would Mikey need to use magic anyway? And still fairly good hit percentage and evasion rate as well. Right, so anyway, what kind of jobs did we get from the crystal anyway? Let's see, jobs are... alright, I'm gonna give brief little things. Geomancers! They kinda seem like a joke job at first, but they have the ability to, pretty much cast magic depending on the terrain. Some of their magic spells are actually quite powerful, and some of them are instant kills. Such as, Black Hole, I think. Dragoon! Anyone who's not familiar with Dragoons has obviously never played a Final Fantasy game. Or some of the good ones, anyway. Dragoons, pretty much, they have a jump command, which enables them to prevent themselves from taking damage on the first turn, and hit double damage on the second turn. They also wield, spears, which usually have wind-based powers as well, enabling them to defeat, flying enemies. Dragoons are very good against, a certain boss that we might be fighting later, and a certain boss we'll definitely be fighting later. Vikings! Vikings, they're heavy damage and pretty high stamina job classes. In the DS version, they have the ability to provoke enemies, which enables you to use the setup which enables you to provoke enemies while your Viking is in the back row with 2 shields, and that is a good way to fight one of the secret bosses in the DS version. Karateka. I think that's Black Belt job class. Black Belt is pretty much a stronger version of the Monk job class. M Knight, also known as Dark Knight in later releases. Magic Knights have the ability to wield katanas, which are effective against enemies that can divide and multiply themselves. Conjurer, these are summons. They can use a black magic summon or a white magic summon, but can't use the actual full power. And Bard, these enable you to have various statuses and can be somewhat useful in the game, but not really all that recommended. In the DS version, they are useful against a secret boss called the Iron Giant, though. And no, I'm not referencing the Iron Giant movie right now. Alright, so... weapons... So we get Battle Axe, Morning Star, Knife Thing, Boomerang, and Kaiser Knuckles. I think Kaiser Knuckles can be equipped to the Black Belt job class. I'm not exactly sure, and I kind of want to keep our Monk job class for now. You know what? Fuck it, let's... Okay, job class, Mikey, Snake Him, Karateka. Yeah, I think Karateka is the, yeah, because we can equip the Chakra and the Black Belt. And we have higher defense for that as well. Cool. And... but we can't equip the 3 part anymore. Can we equip the Kaiser Knuckles, actually? Is that equipment for the Karateka job class? Let's see... yes, it is. Okay. Don't think we'll need the headband anymore. Or the Kenpogi. And I think that's about it, actually. This is going off to be quite a slow start, really, We're gonna have to find out who locked up her ship, though. We can't use the ship if it's all chained up. Man, that's a high attack power right there. Been to the Emir Pub? It's full of news. Alright. Let's go to the Emir Pub. Oh. We want to go into the sewers so we can get the floating shoes. Into the sewers? They're closed because of all the monsters. It's dangerous. Where to find the last of the crystals? What? You're the 4 legendary warriors. Oh. There's people out there. What, the 4 warriors? That's who we are. Seems like they're going to the sewers. Then, we'll get there first. So, because we can't, I think we accidentally sequence broke, but anyway. Come along now, follow me. Alright, so he's going to open up the entrance to the sewers. So pretty much what happened is a guy named Goldor. Alright, I'll open the lock, the sewers lie ahead. Be careful. Alright, but we're not gonna go in there quite yet, because I want to explain a few plot elements. Pretty much a guy named Goldor has locked up our ship. That's awfully bad of him. Suddenly, the 4 warriors will crush the overflowing of light and dark. And here are the 4 warriors. Oh wait, aren't we the light warriors? Aye. Who are those old guys? Those old men, they think that they're the legendary heroes. I love those old men. They come, into the plot later as well. But pretty much these 4 old men think that they're the, Light Warriors, even though we're the Light Warriors. So it doesn't really make that much sense that they think they're the Light Warriors when we're the Light Warriors. Anyway, here's the next dungeon, the sewers. Enemies in here shouldn't be too threatening. We do get that creepy dungeon music, though. Well, pretty much, Goldor's house is surrounded by a bottomless swamp. How that works, I don't know, but it's a bottomless swamp. And, oh, you get the build up command. Oh, come on! Come off it, game. What's been remapped? Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Anyway, we've got Darkfoots and Gigantoads here, so these are the Gigantoads. What build up does is pretty much you use up a turn, and then the next turn you deal a higher amount of damage. Now, it seems kind of a waste at first, because, I mean, if you're using up one of your turns just to build up attack power so that you can deal double damage the next turn, that does sound like a bit of a waste, doesn't it? And, oh, Twin Ligers. And indeed, you might be correct there, except I think it's a little bit over 2 times the amount of attack power. You can use build up to 2 turns in a row, I think. If you do it on the 3rd turn, you will take damage. But build up is very good against a solitary target, especially if you are trying to inflict like a massive amount of damage in 1 turn for some reason. And you may be thinking, oh, just attack twice and stuff. That would I mean, that would do the same amount of damage. And once again, I'm not sure if it's 2 times the amount of attack power or a little bit over 2 times the amount of attack power. Not thankfully, but frankly, I'm not that good at maths. By the way, why is... there we go. Alright, Catclaw. Catclaw, if I remember correctly, has the ability to, put the enemy to sleep. Alright, so we remove the Kaiser Knuckle and Catclaw. Yeah. Alright, so the Kaiser Knuckles are already obsolete. Why did we even go in with them? Why did we even buy them if they're obsolete already? I don't know. And, oh. Enemies. Do we have enough HP to take these on? Hey, help us! Hey, it's those old guys we just saw. Let's help them. And we go in circles, and... Now, they looked like ropers on the, first screen, but in reality they're just goblins. You know, the first enemies that we saw and killed. So, I know what we can do. We can light them all on fire. But note that goblins don't have very high attack power, as per usual in a game, and we deal large amounts of damage to them. Burn. You fell into a burning ring of poultry. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. 32 experience points. We're sorry. Thanks for helping us out of a predicament. Did you really think we were the 4 legendary heroes? No way! Ha. I'm not a match for you youngsters after all, huh? I'll just stay here. You're really the 4 legendary warriors? But I thought that was us. We still need to train some more. Thanks. Okay. So why are we in the sewers anyway, besides saving 4 old men? Well, apparently in the sewers, there's a pair of Levigrath's shoes. And, if you remember correctly from what I said a couple of minutes ago, Goldor's mansion is surrounded by a bottomless, swamp. Therefore, we need Levigrath's shoes in order to, get over the swamp. And actually, I think, if I remember correctly, if you go to the swamp without the Levigrath's shoes, at least in the DS version, it's game over. Regardless of how much HP your party members have, what level they are, and stuff, if you don't have the Levigrath's shoes, you can't continue, and you will die. Then again, it's been a while since I played the DS version, so don't quote me, boy, I ain't said shit. Continuing on. Not very many elemental enemies in this place, though, and I think we still have the knight's armor as well. So, should we unequip our flame armor and equip the knight's armor? Why I didn't do this in the first place, I don't know. There we go. 29 defense, that's not bad. I think that's a bit better than we had with the flame mail. I'm not about to check, though, because that would be pointless and silly. Alright, store ropers. So they're pretty much ropers, except a palette swap. We're breaking out the palette swap of the newer enemies already. Notice that we are dealing over 300 points of damage each turn, and they are not dying from it. These enemies are, getting to be pretty powerful, aren't they? And they can cast Glare! Brilliant. Luckily they don't fall with too much of a hassle. And you know what, I just noticed it. With the Black Mage Shop class, when you level up and they have that little victory pose, they look like they're trying to throw a Hadouken from Street Fighter. Delilah, what do you want? We were just wondering if you could lend us the floating shoes. Ha ha ha! You kids, the 4 legendary heroes? Unbelievable. Well, here are the floating shoes. Catch! What are these old men doing? Stand back! Oh, that was those shoes were fakes. How did you know? Well, it's just my sixth sense. Just kidding. I've seen those shoes before. Hey, Delilah. I'm trying not to make a pun here. These kids are the real heroes. Oh, I had no idea. I'm terribly sorry. Delilah, won't you lend them the shoes? Well, since you asked, here, take these. We get the happy we get item musics. Receive the floating shoes! Yeah, now we can cross the bottomless swamp. Or TH bottomless swamp. Thank you, fan translation. Thanks, old guys. You guys make great heroes. Oh, we're not that great. Well then, let's get out of here. Hold on to me, kids. I'll use exit to take us out. Spinning. Spinning. Spinning! So we've pretty much got a major plot point done, actually, and, I don't think we're going to take on Goldor's Manor quite yet. The enemies there aren't terribly threatening. The boss, Goldor himself, can be a little bit of a pain, but the enemies shouldn't be too threatening. And since we have the the floating shoes, we can pretty much, do everything there. Now, there are items that we are going to, find in there that... You've helped me a lot. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. And, we can also buy a few high potions, I guess. Oh. Seem to be alright. That's good. Alright, everyone's worried about us because we were asleep for 3 days. 4 warriors came from the Dark World and stopped the flood of light from the crystals. Goldor, thinking you were those 4 warriors, put a chain in your ship so you won't hit his crystal. Everything in Goldor's manor is made out of gold. He puts locks everywhere so no one can steal it. Goldor's mansion is south of Amur, but you have to cross the bottom of the swamp. If you fall in, you'll die. You will die. Wearing floating shoes can cross the bottom of the swamp. Didn't that old lady Delilah who lives in the sewers have them? Goldor is terribly strong against magic. He has perfect magic defense. A guy named Goldor put a chain on your ship. I feel like I've been dreaming for a long time. What a great song. Let's dance! I love how everyone just gets up and dances. The best! So now we have epic piano playing skills, so really, I think this is a perfect opportunity to end the video off here. So, now we know what we have to do, now we know who we have to fight, and now we know that he's strong against magic. I'm pretty sure the Thief job class might be good here in this next part, but we're gonna save that for the next part, and the next part is the next part. So until then, while I continuously save the game over and over, until then, this is Tails Faraga, signing out. Stay tuned.